Well, here we are. It's a Saturday morning. That means it's time for the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michelle Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michelle. That better not be a Christmas coffee.
No, it's just a good old Canadian Tim Hortons today.
Okay, that a girl.
Yeah, I'm being good.
You're becoming more and more Canadian the longer you live here.
It's true. Well, Christmas is past.
That's
unfortunately.
True. That is true.
No, every day should be Christmas, really.
Well, why not? You know what? I was just talking to a friend the other day, and he's one of these people that's crazy about Christmas. And he's telling me, he goes, I still haven't taken my Christmas decorations down.
Oh, still?
He's like, but it makes me happy.
It's February.
He's like, during COVID, I never took it down because it made me happy. And I'm like,
well, good for him.
It's kind of smart when you think about it. If you've got something as simple as leaving a Christmas tree up or whatever that brings you happiness and helps with your overall mental health, why not?
So true.
So,
absolutely. Christmas in July, Christmas in February. It doesn't matter. Christmas every day.
You could do Christmas in February and buy Richard a new guitar.
Curtis, we talked about that.
Yeah, I know, but me and Richard talked about it when he was in here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I ended up watching that show. And thank you, by the way. It was so sweet with the things that you said and James said.
Nice things?
Yeah, about me. That was sweet.
Oh,
thank you.
Right, yes.
Every once in a while.
Me and James were talking about you as a realtor, so we said, yeah, yes. Okay.
But no, he does need a 12-string, okay? I'll give him that. Yeah, I'll give you that too. So if you find one, maybe.
Oh, I can help you find a 12-string. I'm sure it'll be real cheap.
For his 50th, he deserves it.
I don't know if you're supposed to give that information out over the air.
Shoot.
Now people are going to know.
A woman never gives her age.
Oh, right.
But a man,
That's
you guys get better with age. Well, you're like a fine wine.
And he's just becoming more distinguished.
Exactly.
He has to get there some day. Distinguished. I don't know if that's the right word, is it? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And talking about age, oh my gosh, all of us, we cannot go backwards. Every day is forward. But, our will, like you and Kelly, like you guys have your will all, updated?
Updated?
No. Didn't I advise you to update your will when you bought your last property?
I believe you did.
Okay, because yes, it's a good trigger. Every time you buy a new property, when things change majorly in your life, you should definitely update your will. But for me...
I don't trust my kids that they're not just going to kill me off if I do that.
Well, if you keep on getting people to beat Cody up...
Only hockey. He deserves it. I was only during the music video for Todd Richard's video for Stick on the Ice.
And that was a good video. He did so good.
We made them take a few extra shots of Cody taking the body check.
Yeah, that was a good one, though. I'm glad you did that.
It was a lot of fun, actually. It was pretty cool to watch the process and all the hockey players weren't sure they wanted to do it, but they all loved doing it once they did it.
Secret love.
Especially Cody's like, it was actually a lot of fun.
You guys like being beat up.
Exactly.
In a way.
He's a hockey player.
Fight club.
He's used to it.
So did you get your vacancy tax speculation tax form?
I did. I got it. Funny enough, I guess it was... I checked the mail because I hadn't checked the mail in a few days after the show last week, and lo and behold, what was in the mail?
Good, because I wanted to mention, reminder to definitely claim. Have you done it? Have you gone in and declared?
I've done mine. I did it right away, and then I said, Kelly, come do your thing. And she went, you do it. I'll just tell you the stuff. I'm like, okay, because I can never remember. I don't know, barely know my social insurance number, let alone hers.
Good point, Curtis. It's not just one of you. It's everyone on title has to declare.
It is, yes.
Thank you for mentioning that.
And there's even a spot saying, are you the person or are you declaring it for them? I'm declaring it for them.
Excellent. Yes. Go out there and do it if you haven't done it yet, listeners. Okay, and then also, I am pretty excited because, I used to be a runner. I used to run. I actually ran till I could feel like I couldn't stop. I just ran. It was like you get to a point where it's just like you're running on, like you're not running, like your legs are moving, but you're not really moving. Anyways, I haven't been that way in many years. I won't say how many, but I saw this race come up. It's called Heritage to Hatzick race. It's a 5 to 10K or 5 or 10K you can do. It's April 2nd, and it's raising money for the Mission Hospice Society. And so I was totally inspired one night when I'm on my phone and I see this on your guys' website, actually, or social media. And I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I registered, and I'm doing the 5. I'm going to do the 5K this year because it's my first race ever.
Well, why not? I mean, I did one years ago. I didn't have to train for anything because it was the It was not the Tough Mudder one, but they did that kind of MS mud one.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that, and I did it with some coworkers.
You got really muddy?
Really muddy and cold. But the funny thing was I learned real quick that even though I wasn't in great shape, I was in better shape than my coworkers because I'm at least running and they're walking, and I'm like, come on, let's run. I'd run up and I'd wait a while, or I'd get to the obstacle going, well, I'm not going to do this by myself. If I'm going to have to, fall on my face and slip and get all muddy and dirty, I got to wait for them. And
was that fun?
it was a blast, yeah.
That always looks fun. I'm really inspired by my brother-in-law, Kurt Ebner. He works for Chick-fil-A, and he's an amazing person. But he's been running for, I think, 15 or 18.
It's because he works for Chick-fil-A. He has to. Because if you're going to eat that stuff all the time.
No, they got so much healthy stuff. No, he's like so amazing. Like he runs all the races. And so I'm like, I'm going to step up my game here and I'm going to run my first. Plus, it's for a great cause, Mission Hospice Society. So needed. So, and so if anybody wants to, they can go on, of course, your social media, Country 107.1 FM, or my social media, and click the link to register yourself or donate if you can't run the race yourselves. And I wanted to mention, because we talked about my newest vacation rental property that I purchased up in Sasquatch.
Right.
And it's available for rent. So I just wanted to say to everyone, if you're looking for a great place, it's 2-story walkout basement cabin up at Sasquatch, Hemlock Mountain. It's a 10-minute walk to Molly's restaurant and to the base of the gondola. And you could even, in the summertime, dirt bike, ATV, hike, mountain bike. There's so many things to do around there all year round. That's why it's called the All Seasons Cabin. So you can find that on my social media as well, or just contact me today if you want to rent that at a great price. And I'm an investor, as you know myself. I have 9 doors right now and moving upward from there. But I wanted to share a bit of advice. Now I've been fortunate that none of my tenants have left me, but I can only imagine the strain if they did. And I use Dan and Ethan Ling of Remax Property Management to place all my tenants, and they have always done a fantastic job and worth its weight in gold. It's priceless. Definitely, I would encourage anybody going to rent a place to use a property manager. And if you're anywhere in the Fraser Valley, go to Dan and Ethan Lang, because they're really good at what they do, and they find great tenants all the time. But I wanted to mention that there are 5 top reasons that tenants may leave. So one is they can't afford the rent rate, of course. And so if you're talking to your tenant, or if you know it's really hard, if you have a good tenant, again, it's worth keeping them, because the vacancy rates and then the whole turnover part of it. Number 2, that they need more space. That's obvious. Some of us grow out of our space, have children or whatnot. And then the 3rd reason is they want new amenities. 4th reason is maintenance and repair requests are overseen. And the 5th reason is issues with other tenants or neighbors. So those are the top 5 reasons in the surveys that are why tenants leave. I have an article that I can email you if you would like it. Just text me or email me for it. It's on some ways to help you keep your tenant and avoid a vacant property. So now I wanted to talk about the RE/MAX 2023 Canada Housing Barometer Report, but I'm thinking maybe we can go into that. Well, actually, maybe I'll tell you the key findings, and then when we come back from our break, we'll actually go through it. So now,
sounds like a plan. We can do that. Yeah. Why not?
I love plans.
I love it when a plan comes together.
So it's the Canadian real estate homeowners positioned to ride out storm. So again, this is the RE/MAX 2023 Canada Housing Barometer Report. The key findings are markets with the lowest appreciation over the 10-year period reported the highest loan-to-value ratios. And 8 out of 12 markets analyzed saw the loan-to-value ratio decline over the 10-year period examined. 3 factors were largely responsible for the downward pressure on loan-to-value ratios over the past decade. Equity gains, the pandemic facilitating the ability to work remotely in smaller markets, and the transfer of intergenerational wealth, particularly in the later half of the last decade and the early 2020s. Now, while interest rate hikes serve to stabilize most major Canada real estate markets beginning in 2022, homeowners are well positioned to ride out the coming storm in large part due to lower loan-to-value ratios on new mortgages, according to a report released today by Remax Canada. Now, that part is from just the other day, I should say, not today, Saturday. So the Remax Canada 2023 Canada Housing Barometer Report examined average price and new mortgage values published by CMHC Equifax Canada in 12 major markets from British Columbia to New Brunswick. And so we'll get back on that when we come back from our break and talk more about it.
All right, well, if people want to have a look at what listings you have right now or maybe see the stats from last week, I know you've got that all there. Where can they go to get all that information?
MichelleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this.